focusing on, I think, transfer of goods and rather than concentrating on air taxi or people is a very good idea, because I think that's something that can be um, adopted right now immediately with less sort of scrutiny or data. But from a technology point of view, you're testing one prototype right now, but that's a normal aspirated engine aircraft, right? Is that the plan? Is to go electric, full electric, or hybrid, or what's?
Wait a second. Isn't electric and aviation a hot topic? Chris, do you want to take that one? Like, what do you prefer? I heard it
I
was like,
Yeah, one of the reasons that Kevin and I got hooked up was some of the technology that we've developed in my normal job before when I'm not with Anatra. So we work a lot in electric aircraft, both on the power side, developing battery technologies, energy technologies to support electric aircraft. Talking about HICA, actually the shirt I'm wearing, obvious plug. Nice bright. Actually, I just got these new shirts. I had to go to pink. We have a lot of women in leadership at HICA, and I was told that we need to have some pink colors, and I'm all
Make
for
it
it.
more
Especially it's
exclusive, yeah.
it's International Women's Month, I believe.
Yeah.
And
Year.
then just FYI.
Year.
year.
Um, so one of our technology verticals is battery management, batteries, electrification, advanced technologies to support the immense power consumption and delivery that's needed for aircraft. And then on the other side of the house, we have a technology suite that supports development of the controls, algorithms, the flight dynamics, all the stuff that makes the aircraft actually fly from an electronics software perspective. And there's a lot of automation and AI built into that. And we took those technologies to support basically rapid development of aircraft and try to shrink that design cycle from 10 years. In almost any aircraft, even the eVTOLs, they think they're going to do something in 3 years. It's really 10-year development cycle from concept to certification, right? And we're trying to shrink that down into a year or two, using a lot of AI and automation in the design cycle, and then coupled with electric power. My personal belief as an engineer first is electric is the way to go for a bunch of reasons.
What?
Yeah, in electric, because the motors are less complex. You have much less maintenance, repair, overhaul of an electric motor compared to an internal combustion motor. You get a lot more torque out of an electric motor, and that's the pros for an electric aircraft. The cons, is the energy density is not quite there, right? The the total amount of energy per volume or per weight is not the same as avgas or jet fuel. So we still have a little bit of ways to go before we'll be able to store enough power to make it super comparable and obvious the winner for long distance. But for things like what Anatra is doing with the 500 pounds and 500 miles on a fixed wing aircraft, it's very possible to do with electric, especially coupled with a small hybrid generator to augment some power during flight, right? Most of your power is consumed during takeoff and getting up to, and during climb. Once you get up to cruise, you power back down. That part's fine. So if you could augment your stored energy with a small generator, that you get the best of both worlds. I think I really believe that's the way to go.
But I'm
Yes, Kevin.
scared. Are you saying electricity and like the sea and the ocean can go together? Like why would that make sense to put it on our, amphibious cargo UAV?
Well, some of our current customers right now are maritime boats. So we're actually developing battery, and
Oh,
in fact, like a notch is going to win out here because they're going to get tried and proven technology that's out fielded in a very austere and challenging environment that's marine, and so it's not first to use, right? And then the second is I really hope the aircraft spends most of its time in the air and not on the water and
Hey,
not submerged at all by anyone. But I think, salt water, people are afraid of water and electricity mixing. It's really, I mean,
Mm.
there's tons of applications of high voltage stuff on water. Yeah.
Is it less maintenance or more? My seaplane operators, oh Lord, they complain about having to wash that aircraft down every time it comes into dock. Would you say it would be easier if it was all electric?
Oh, for sure. I mean, electric motors have basically one moving part, right? Like that. If you ever look up an electric motor, there's two parts to an electric. There's two parts to any electric motor. There's the stator and the rotor, and it's kind of easy to remember. The stator is the stationary part of an electric motor, and the rotor is the rotating part of an electric motor. That's it. It's got maybe some bearings in it, some grease, but there's really nothing to wear down. And if you've ever owned a Cessna or any pilot that has had to deal with maintenance, repair, and overhaul, they know like every so many 100 hours they have to bring their plane in. You've got to pull all the spark plugs. You've got to do a complete engine teardown and overhaul, every 500 hours or 1,000 hours. So, and there's so many parts. There are so many parts to an internal combustion engine. And an electric motor has two parts and maybe a bearing. There's just not enough stuff on it to go wrong.